waste any time, so very less time only we waste. Okay guys, compulsory go through overall overview of a subject. Okay. So what we discussed about a OSI layer, 7 layers, application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. Totally 7 layers. Okay. So layer 1 device is hub, layer 2 device is switch, layer 3 device is router. Why we are dividing as a layer wise? Who is giving this? Okay, Rajak Pushkar is came. I think came. Came now? Came. Don't worry. Actually, parallel I will see this list. The Hasta Sonic also came. Okay. So totally 7 layers are there in the OSI model. What is this use of this OSI model? Like you want to build your own network, or you want to troubleshoot a network, or you want to understand the network configuration or a models. Any other models, it is very useful. So these are the OSI layers. Do not interchange the things, but we can go to top to bottom or bottom to top. Okay. The first 3 layers means the application, presentation, session layer is a upper layers or a software layers. Network, data link, and physical layers are a hardware layers. Okay, transport is a end-to-end connectivity or a heart of OSI layer. Totally 7 layer. Layer 1 is a physical layer. Layer 7 is a application layer. Okay. So in the networking, we use different type of protocols, guys. So the protocols are a set of rules. Very importantly, like when you are requesting to a server for a certain services. So your protocol will make and understand what type of communication it is, or what type of request it is, what type of response it is, understand by protocols and their port numbers. These are the different protocols and their port numbers are written. Some of these protocols are TCP type protocols, some are UDP type protocols, some are both. Again, in a voice layer, so first one is application layer, then application layer dealing with the application part of your communication, means web browser, command prompt, or a FileZilla or Outlook. These are all like client side applications and server side applications like a Tomcat server, HTTP server, is a web servers, Microsoft Exchange mail servers, SSH servers, telnet servers, okay, FTP server. These are server side applications and the protocols we use to communicate. So, okay, so what are the things should be matches, guys? Server, client, protocol. Web server means web browser client, and HTTP or HTTPS protocol. So like that, the match must be there. There is a mail server. I'm asking web page. It won't work, na? So I'm asking a web page kind of stuff. Like I want some details. Okay, or maybe I want to try other type of communication. So it won't may not work, right? So important is server, client, and protocol is dealing in a application layer. Presentation layer, encoding, decoding of a data. So it encode the data into ASCII format. What are the data you are sending or receiving? So that is encoded and decoded data. Compress the data, so data will be compressed to reduce the size of the data, decompressing the data. Encrypt and de-encrypt the data. So usually when we are using encrypted for type protocols like HTTPS, SSH, RDP, okay, encryption type protocols. So obviously data is encrypted. What is the encryption? Data, if you are able to read this one, right? So presentation, encoding, decoding, compression, we can able to see the data. What is the content of the data? We can able to read it. But in an encrypted format, we cannot able to understand what is written there. Okay, you cannot translate also because you need a key. There is a key. With the key only you can able to decrypt the data. Okay, so it will provide a end-to-end encryption method. So we can see the data, server has the data, but whatever the data you are sending and receiving, it is in the encrypted format. That's it is why HTTP. Yes, S means secure, means S means SSL, secure socket layer. So session layer create a session, maintain a session and terminate the session. For example, I open a page in my browser. So I send a request to the web server. I want to please give me your web page. This particular page I want it. Then while you are sending, session ID will be created. And once you have received complete data, means transaction is completed, the session will be completed. Till the transaction is going on, till completion of transaction, the session must be alive. Sometimes any network disconnections happens, okay, internet downs, network disconnections happen, the session will be expires. So of course there is a time limit is also there within the 25 seconds something. So you have to reconnect with your session within that one. So otherwise we get a call. Very important is to understand, guys, when you are downloading a data, so internet got a disturbance. So your data, for example, 100 MB file you are downloading, 90% downloaded. So last 10%, that time internet is down. So again you have to download it from starting. So why? Because of session is terminated. Second one is when you are transferring money, like usually like a transactions you do, like a payments, Flipkart, Amazon, you do payments. So there is a option is do not refresh or don't go to back button. Why? Because of if you do refresh, new session will be created, your old session will be terminated, and transaction may completed, may not be completed. Money cut, but transaction may be failure. Money will be detected and transaction can be failure. So that is the power of session layer. Okay. Transport layer we discussed, right? Transport layer, it segment the data. It means it cut the data into small passes. What are the data it is? It is the PDU, packet data unit. Okay. So in application layer data, presentation layer data, session layer data, the layer data we call it as a okay, Atul and Mag. Last 2 days we are late, right? So yesterday and day before yesterday also 11 o'clock. Yesterday I will be there in 10:40 only directly. I said 10:40 means I'm there in 10:40. Today I said 10:30, but I was in here 10:30 in office. Yesterday also I'm in 10:30. So so because people are having that idea, 11 o'clock idea, now people are joining. Okay, so guys, if I said 10:30, try at least 10:40. Okay, so in generally, so wait or start discussion about what is the things we discussed yesterday topic or communication practice with your group. No problem if I am not joined late, if I am not joined on time, if I've joined later. So you can discuss because it is already open platform only. Okay, so you can join without, if I'm not joined also, you can join there, right? So like last Tuesday you joined. Okay, I was late. Okay, so I went some issues there, but you join, and of course, don't waste your time once you join. Start discussion about the technical stuff, technical questions, or maybe a communication related questions, self introductions. Any chance, guys, in our home now we are in online. So whenever you talk to someone, you don't have a choice to speak in English. Okay, so my English is very poor English, still very poor English. Earlier it is very poor English. Okay, so when I went, not go to, went. Okay, when I was in the Pune, when I was in a Pune, I don't have a choice. The students don't know Telugu. Okay, I don't know Hindi, so no problem. So we have a common language is English only. I have to take the batch classes in English only. So slowly the words are not new to my mouth. In grammatically, grammatically I do mistakes, but I never go through the flow problem not came. Our flow problem is resolved, so I can speak. Even it is there is a grammatical mistakes are there. Mistakes are there, wording or a grammatical or a vocabulary related issues are there, no problem. Yes, that is what I am trying to say, practice. Either you practice single, if possible, practice in a group manner. Okay, practice, that will make you make it things are more easier. Okay, even I don't know Hindi, I don't have a choice sometimes to speak. What is this? Let me see. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we'll continue. Okay, transport layer. Sorry. Yeah, my point is practice, guys, when you have a choice. So you don't need to wait. Sir is coming at 10:30. Madam will come at 4:30. So then we will waste your time. No. So you can conduct your own meeting and start practicing with that one. So then you will get more confident to speak. One second, wait. I don't understand what is the message. So, okay, guys, transport is provide a end-to-end connectivity. It segment the data, it chop the data into small parts. Okay, it chop the data into small parts. Okay, next one, numbering and sequencing. Once it is divided data into small parts, it put a numbering and sequence. So then we can able to assemble it. Okay, we can able to assemble at a end. Okay, multiplexing and demultiplexing of protocols like a TCP, UDP type of protocols. We know we have a different protocols in a communication, but some protocols are a TCP type protocol, some are UDP type protocols. Transmission control protocol, user datagram protocol it is. Okay. So what is TCP? TCP is an acknowledgement based protocol. So whenever a source send a packet to destination, destination received and the destination reply as a acknowledgement to the source. So source send a packet to destination, source receive acknowledgement from the destination. That meaning is packet is delivered successfully. Okay, so source knows destination received a packet. Source knows destination received a packet. Whereas in UDP protocols, source send a packet to destination. Whether destination is received a packet or not, source does not know. That's why TCP, transmission control protocol, which is acknowledgement based, the source and destination are keep touch with each other, means sending a packet and received an acknowledgement. So based on that, TCP type protocols are reliable protocols and connection oriented protocols. UDP, so user datagram protocols are not, don't use any acknowledgement. Source does not know whether destination received a packet or not. Okay, that's why it is called a non-reliable and connectionless. Again, I'm adding this, I'm telling this point, guys. There is no involvement of wired or wireless here. Wired or wireless protocol is protocol. TCP, TCP, UDP is UDP. Okay, so don't tell that example. I'm using a wired network. So it is a connection oriented type HTTP. If I'm using a wireless Wi-Fi, then I use a UDP. So that is wrong information. Okay. Again, so segmenting, chop data into small pieces and add numbering and sequencing, and multiplexing and demultiplexing of protocols into TCP and UDP wise. Error correction, the error correction will happen because once destination received a packet, it sent an acknowledgement. So source does not receive an acknowledgement, meaning is destination not received a packet. Destination not received a packet. So what it will do, so the source send a packet again. Okay, if destination not received a packet, destination don't send acknowledgement. Source understand. Okay, source will send packet again. So destination collects all the packets and put it into order. So that is called a error correction. So packet is damaged. Anything happened to the packet, part of packet. So it is. So it the transport layer do error correction here. Okay, and also flow control or a windowing. Both are two different type of techniques are there. So flow control, or it will use a windowing technique to estimate the destination data, how many packets at a time it can able to accept. Okay, based on that we can able to send packets. Already I told PDU, packet data in means data in the layers, we call it as a PDU. Okay, so in the transport layer it adds TCP header to our PDU, means which is data come from session layer, our header will be added and this become a segment. The segment is our PDU. Now the segment is sent to the network layer. TCP header means it is about your segment data, numbering, sequencing, protocols, TCP, UDP, and window number is there, windowing number. So that will be added to your PDU. Then it is become a segment. The segment sent to the network layer. So network layer adds source IP address and destination IP address to your segment. That PDU we call it as a packet. This network layer actually dealing with the IP addresses. Okay, IP address means logical addressing. That is called routed protocols. Logical addressing means IP addresses, IPX, SPX, some names are there. So that one. Okay, routing protocols. Network layer also dealing with the routing protocols, means how to send a packet to the destination. Okay, how to reach the destination, best path to reach the destinations. Usually your router's PCs by default they will having these routing tables to reach the destination. Okay, so The routing protocols are RIP, VSGRP, YSPF, BGP, ISIS. These are all routing protocols. Okay. So again, the network header is added to the segment, means source IP address, destination IP address is added to segment. So that is called a packet. The packet is at network layer. Segment is at transport layer. Packet is at network layer. Okay, PDU, packet data unit. Network sends to the data link layer. So sorry, packet sent to the network layer, send a packet to data link layer. The data link layer having two separate layers. One is LLC, another one is a MAC layer. LLC is dealing with the WAN protocols like a PPP, HDLC, frame relay. For example, you are communicating in a LAN, so no use of LLC. You are communicating the WAN communication. Okay, you are communicating to WAN communication. WAN type of communication is there. Then LLC will be involved here. MAC layer. MAC layer means media access control, you know, already. So every NIC having a MAC address. It is a unique address. It is a physical address. What is a MAC address? Media access control. It is a physical address. Every NIC has a MAC address, physical address, which is given by manufacturer of that NIC only. Manufacturer of that NIC only. In binary, it is 48-bit, but originally it is in the hexadecimal number. Okay, it is in the hexadecimal number. Full hexadecimals are there. Okay, and some people think hexadecimal is alphanumeric. No, guys. It is not alphanumeric. It is decimal, hexadecimal. Okay, so MAC address is also called as a physical address. It is a permanent address. We cannot change the MAC address. Okay, we can change IP address, but we cannot change the MAC address. So in this data link layer, what will happen? Data header is added to the packet and plus data tail. So as a data header, source MAC address, destination MAC address, your packet plus CRC is equal to frame. Source MAC address and destination MAC address, we know that one. So what is the CRC? Cyclic redundancy check. It is a kind of algorithm. CRC used to check errors. CRC is used to check for errors. 1 second. Yeah. CRC, cyclic redundancy check. It is used to check data, whether data is good or corrupted. Sometimes we can use CRC value to repair our data also possible in certain things. Okay. So it is CRC is mainly an algorithm to verify your data. So it will take a value from our data only, but it is the value used to check our data again. So whatever it is, CRC is for error checking. So in data link layer, when you receive a packet at a data link layer, it is error checking. Means any data is corrupted or not. It will check using CRC at a data link layer. Error correction will occur at transport layer. So when you are receiving a packet, so something packet is not good, then it will drop the packet. So unreceived packets, unmatched packets are there. So error correction will occur at transport layer. Meaning is, again, the source has to send a packet, we have to rearrange the packets again. Frame sends to the physical layer. Physical layer is direct based on your, it will convert frame into bit stream. Bit stream means binary number only. Generally what we think it's a binary number. Depends upon what type of media connectivity you are using. For example, you are using Ethernet, fast Ethernet or Giga Ethernet. So you are connecting with a UTP or STP cables. It is electrical signal type. Okay, general electrical signal means your wave signal, okay, so digital signal only, but electrical signal. So if you are using a Wi-Fi adapter, if you are having a Wi-Fi adapter, then you have to send a signal through Wi-Fi signal 2.4, 5.6 signal is like a radio signal you have to follow to communicate. Fiber channels, light waves. Okay, channel, fiber optical cables. You are that is type of connectivity you have. It converts into light waves. So last part, this is I was said PCA, PCB communication, right? So PCA to PCB, application layer from PCA to PCB. First one is application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. Guys, small point, how many times we said or repeat these things, but if you don't practice, nothing will work out. Okay, if you don't practice, nothing will work out. Okay, whether they will ask an interview or not, I don't mind. This is we are learning for work purpose. While you are working in an organization, you must know the basic functionalities, and also it is very useful for a future learnings. Okay. Application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. So packet is passes through application to physical layer. And when you are receiving packet, when you are receiving a packet, packet will go to first physical layer, then data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. So as whatever the practice you have, like maybe some people learn in their college days, or maybe people learn some from outside, so they can. Okay. So they are having a hobby of from top to bottom. Some people are from bottom to top. They know well. So both are good. Both are same. I explained yesterday about ARP table. What is ARP table? It maps your whenever you receive a packet from the some PC, some device. When you received a packet, when your PC is received a packet, what it will do? It will save in the packet contains source MAC address and source IP address. So it will take that one information and map it. That's the devices. Okay, we received a packet from a device. So that a device is IP address and MAC address maps. So it is very useful when we are sending a packet. So you know the IP address while you are communicating, you know the IP address. Now you know the MAC address for that IP address. And also it will useful at a security, means IP MAC matches, then only accept the packet kind of stuff is also there in a certain security places. Okay, so these are the things we discussed yesterday. See how much time it is taken, not even half an hour. If you are going to take the class like this, I can finish in a 3-4 days complete session. No? Guys, are okay? Understand? Are revised?
Yes.
Compared to yesterday? Somewhat useful compared to yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Guys, always there is a comparison between OSI layers and TCP IP layers. So OSI layers, anyone? Again? Now you tell me.
presentation.
Telling no problem.
Network data link physical.
Generally once class completed, so as a trainer we have to tell, no, we should, without checking in the notes, you have to tell. But I will give a chance in always, no problem guys. First time you are telling, if you open the notes and tell also, no problem. Because you need a practice. In a TCP, this TCP model also called as, original model name is DOD model. Not DDoS. People will confuse between DDoS and DOD model. Okay, so this DOD model means a defense model, Department of Defense model type. So guys, all these computers, network, all these things are invented at the time of start of Second World War time and implemented for war purposes. Later, it is more research is done for a rocket science, means like how to reach the moon, how to reach Mars kind of stuff, satellites. So this technology improved. So later it is publicly released. Okay, first is military, next is military science combined. The last one is public. Okay, publicly available. Even if you know the mosquito liquids are there, no? Mosquito things. First of all, they will manufacture for military people, means people who go for a forest and they do fight, killing, all these things. Transport is transport, but application layer is, all these three things are as a one single application layer only. We don't have a color choice is there. I will put all these in this color. This is also same color. Just for our understanding. Okay. Transport is transport. So transport is a transport one. Network layer is called the internet layer. Guys, we are all using TCP IP protocol suite. We are all using TCP IP protocol suite. Okay. Data link layer is a network access layer. In some textbooks or maybe in some pictures in a Google, it may shows differently, but always all are same only. So it's okay that it's not a different. Mine is as a, I have known from so many years, that's why I'm giving this information as a standard information. Okay. So these are the things I think you can understand by color. Application layer, presentation layer. So in TCP/IP application layer, do all these three layer jobs. Transport is transport, network is internet layer. Okay, and network access layer is data link and physical layer. So you have a MAC address, for example, NIC. You have a NIC. NIC is a physical device which is having MAC address, right? Which is a physical device. NIC is a physical device. It is having MAC address. MAC address comes under data link layer. So NIC is a physical layer or data link layer? Network access layer. NIC is a network access layer. MAC address also dealing at network access layer. Your internet layer is IP address layer, and your firewalls and protocols, TCP, UDP, segmenting, all these things comes under transport layer only. Application presentation session means your web browser is actually comes under this application layer only. I divided separately, but here everything, three things, software layers comes under one single application. Here it is. I written NIC. NIC is a network interface card or your LAN card, comes under the TCP network access layer only. Guys, this is the OSI layer wise troubleshooting, and there is a ping troubleshooting is also there. So I will tell this one also. Okay, because OSI layer wise troubleshooting it is. What is a OSI layer wise troubleshooting? So guys, look at here. I am having a mcpa.cpl. So I'm opening my network connections. Can you see this is a cross mark? For example, I'm saying I'm not getting internet. I've opened a browser, I've opened some website or google.com, something I put it. So it is showing no internet connection page kind of stuff, something it is showing. No internet connection. Then what to do? First of all, check, do you have a network connection is there or not? First one is, do you have a physical connectivity is there or not? So this is my Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi having signal showing, and Wi-Fi, if I go to details, yes, can you see? I got an IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DHCP server address, everything is good. And also it is showing IPv4 connectivity, internet is there. So you can see internet is part is also there. Meaning is I have internet, but there is a problem. So the first one is clear. First one is you check the physical connectivity. In the physical connectivity itself, we can understand what is happening. Okay. Next, if in case you are getting this cross mark type, it means it is a physical connectivity problem for your main adapter. You must know what adapter you are using. You are using your Wi-Fi, your LAN adapter, which adapter you are using. You must know it. Okay. If I said, sir, I don't know, I didn't see this kind of stuff. Okay. If you are in that position means no one knows like kind of stuff. Okay. You must know your computer at least. What network connection, what adapter, basic information. Okay. If you keep doing it, you will understand your system, and then you will understand other systems also. Okay. So you're having a physical connectivity, good. Physical connectivity is not good, then check with the physical connectivity. Okay, check with the physical connectivity. Physical connectivity is there, but IP address is not good. Okay, for example, it is showing a physical connectivity is good. Okay, no cross mark, but IP address is assigned statically. Think this IP address is correct IP address or not, connectivity is there or not, like that you have to think. Otherwise, in generally most of networks are use DHCP services, so change it to automatic, so you will get an IP address from DHCP server. So you must know your physical connection and you must know what is the IP address you are getting. Okay, how to change that IP address, how to get a new IP address from DHCP server, also you can do it. Guys, if in case you got an IP address, okay, in case you got an IP address that is showing a APIPA IP address type. Okay, IP address is showing like this. So this is a APIPA type of IP address 169.254. Even it is not saying IP address, auto configuration IP address 169.254.44.214. Okay, so when you see an IP address 169.254 means you are not getting an IP address from DHCP server. You didn't get a IP address from DHCP server. It is a self-assigned IP address. So you must check the IP address. And you can give the command called ipconfig/release to release the IP address, to release the configured IP address, renew to get a new IP address. So I will add here ipconfig is to release or flush configured automatically configured. Yes, through DHCP if you got IP address, not static one, not a static one. You configured it through DHCP means DHCP enabled and IP address is automatic. Okay, that is automatically configured. So you got an IP address either from DHCP server or self-assigned because of you want to get IP address DHCP server use. Okay, so yeah, that's the first option you selected, right? It's a DHCP type, DHCP enabled S type of things. Okay, either it is releases or flush the automatically configured IP address. Next command is ipconfig renew. Renew means it's try to get new IP address from DHCP server. Okay, guys, see this one when you check. Okay, if your IP address shows as 169.254.anything, meaning is error. Means you got automatic private IP address. Automatic private IP address. So what is this API? If your PC or a device unable to get IP address from DHCP server, able to get a IP address from DHCP server, system assign IP address from automatic private IP address range. You know the range is 160. Range is 169.254.0.1 to 169.254.255.254. Total range it is. Okay. So what it is a kind of error. When you check your IP address, means you got an IP address. If IP address is showing like this, DHCP enable yes, DHCP enable yes, and give some star mark here. I will add that star mark here. So DHCP enable yes. That is, this is the solution. Okay. So you got a API address. What is this IP address? If you are unable to get IP address from DHCP server, your system assign an IP address from IP range like this. It is no use, no communication and all. It is a kind of error. Okay. So what to do? IP config release and then you will work. Try that work. So first of all, check IP address. This is CP server. Okay. First of all, check DHCP server is working or not. Second one is get an IP address like this. Okay guys, physical connectivity, WAN connectivity, network related means you have a two PCs, you are trying to communicate. You have a two computers are there, for example, two devices are there. You want to try to communicate from here to here, but you are getting some problem. You are getting some kind of problem. So what is that? Unable to communicate, a destination host not reachable, that kind of issues. Possible, check the IP address also. Okay, so do not blame on this physical connectivity. Of course, physical connectivity is good. That is important. Second one is check the IP address. Check the both IP addresses, and of course we'll see that what is network ID and all. Make sure that the IP addresses are look like the same or not. It means first three portions kind of stuff. Their network ID and all. What is this people are doing? Too much noise. Not too much noise, but for me it is disturbed noise. Check the both side IP address, guys. Make sure both are in the same logical network. Okay, check both side IP addresses. Make sure they're same logical network. Transport wise also there. When you are communicating, when you are sending a packet to the destination, destination will drop your packet because of this firewall will does not allow your packet. Okay, that is also possibilities there. Encryption type means protocol mismatches, encryption mismatches possible. Okay, session expiries, network changes, session problem. Okay, I'm communicating with one network. Suddenly my network is changed. Like I'm using mobile phone, so I'm connected to Wi-Fi. I am transmitting data. Okay, I transferring data through Wi-Fi. So with one session, suddenly Wi-Fi down. So then I use 4G to connect. I use a 4G to get connected. Now it is 4G. Okay, but it won't work. Why? Because of it won't continue. Again, it is re-establishment only, new session only. Okay, so that is another thing. Application related. If you get a 404 page not loaded, what is this 404 page not found? It means when you open any website, that particular website is down or a web page is not there. Like I share a one URL like this, and I given as some mistake happened. See, sorry, 404 page not found, and this kind of stuff. Different websites will give if in case the page is not available or server is down. Okay, that kind of stuff you will get this one. Okay, so for example, guys, listen carefully. I am unable to open some website. For example, I open Amazon.in. Good, working. I open this page. It is not working. It is not working. Or maybe you are getting this kind of errors. This is working and this is not working. So means where you have to start troubleshooting. Troubleshooting should be start at application type only. Check the page URL. Okay, try to reload the pages from starting. Okay, it is not a your internet problem or a connectivity problem or a any other problem. It is mostly it is your URL problem only. or a remote server problem. Okay, so that's like that. We can understand, guys, how you troubleshoot a network related issue. But what is an issue? It is not always required from physical to application or application to physical troubleshooting method. Depends upon what error we have got it. So we have to choose which layer, from which layer you have to verify. Okay, from which layer you have to verify. Okay, so that is the thing. So it can be a physical connectivity, or it can be a IP address configuration, or DNS configuration, or maybe it is a firewall related issue, or maybe session related kind of stuff. Okay, or encryption methods column, or maybe it is a server related, or a client related, or a URL related. Okay, anything there is, and I given 2 points here, so you can try that one also. And I given one troubleshooting method also, 2 commands I given for a troubleshooting purpose. Of course, ping is there, still ping is there. So I want to stop here because ping is also good, but if you don't remember what I'm speaking, then then you don't understand anything. So guys, ping, can I tell about ping or not, or later? Okay, I given this information, I didn't explain, I will explain afterwards. So not at explain kind of stuff. Okay, so I will explain it, but I don't want to miss information. So networking commands also there. Some of networking commands already given. One command it is. This command is already given. There's so many commands are there. These are the some of the commands. Trace RT command it is. Ping command is also there. Already given trace RT. Have always little confusion between evening batch and morning batches. Okay. ARP, trace RT, ping. Okay, remember guys, ping, trace RT, useful commands. ARP, root and root print command. Of course, you know IP config and IP config are both are very important. Okay, there's so many commands are there. NetSH. Okay, so many commands are there. Netstat. Okay, netstat is also a very good command you can try. So networking commands. Yes. Okay, this is I will explain, not just now. Okay, so take a break, guys. Relax. I will start IP address, because IP address completed, then only this networking major part will be completed. Otherwise, it will hunt us to the end. And this part, so either today or tomorrow, I will tell this part. Okay, remember these commands I already explained earlier, I think so. Otherwise, I will explain it again. But next part is we'll go to IP address, both IPv4 and IPv6 addresses. Next part we'll see IP address. Okay, so take a break. So come back in a 12:10 is okay. Read it, guys. Read it. Okay, so 12:10. Come back at 12:10.